let's just toss that out completely. The brand new AirPods Pro 2 just came out from Apple, already adding to the impressive headphone lineup that Apple already has. And the problem with having so many options is sometimes you just can't make a decision. It's like, which one do I get? Like, which one is actually better, right? So to help you guys out, I have the regular AirPods, the older generation AirPods 1, and I have the AirPods Max. Each of these headphones is unique and different in their own way, and it brings to the table something special and, more importantly, their own level of flex. So let's break these down, let's get into it, and let's help you guys and myself decide which one we're gonna stick with here. The first one is the cases and how you actually transport and carry these things. All three of these in-ear headphones come in this white case here, which scratch remarkably well, by the way. They scratch faster than like the Nate Diaz, Tony Ferguson fights, but they all basically house the actual AirPods in a magnetic fashion, so you can just drop them in here and they'll magnetically go to the bottom and you can flip it close like that. But what really gets me going about these cases is the fidgetability score on these. So a lot of the product reviews that I do, I try to give my products a fidgetability score. This ranks pretty high on it because you can do this when you're bored. It just feels so good. We'll talk about the differences between some of these cases shortly, but as for the Max, it comes in this rather questionable little case thingy where it just kind of just flips open. It's also held by magnets over here, but once you open that, then you can just slide these out. So right off the bat, the question is, do you prefer portability and being able to literally just carry something around with you in your pocket, or do you not mind, you always have a backpack or something like that, and you don't mind carrying these around? Then that's gonna make your decision a little bit easier. I gotta say, these things, I wish they at least like folded or something like that, because they do take up quite a bit of space, and I'm also kind of worried because they have like this like cloth finish up top here. As for the in-ear cases, both the Pro 1 and Pro 2 are pretty much similar, and the actual regular AirPods come in slightly smaller. It's not that much of a difference, as you can see. But here's the thing, the brand new AirPods Pro 2 that just came out, they have a lot of big upgrades, and that's gonna be a theme you're gonna constantly see throughout this video. The case for this, it has several new features that are going to be super beneficial. Firstly, it has this lanyard slot right here. The other thing I really like is now they have speakers on the bottom. So these headphones will actually chime, for example, when you put it for charging. So you know they're actually charging, rather than, you place it on the charger, you're thinking it's charging, you wake up in the morning and it still has 0% battery. And now you don't have headphones, and God forbid, you have to actually maybe talk to people on the bus, like, oh. But another thing it does is if you put in incorrect headphones in here, so let's say your friend and you're swapping earbuds, I don't know why you're gonna be doing that, but let's say you accidentally swap it and you put your friend's earwax filled, AirPods Pro in here, it's gonna chime a little warning. But the most useful feature is the fact that you can play a sound from this if you lose it. Huge benefit. I think that alone makes this case so much better than the rest. Now the case itself also has a U1 chip, which will allow precision tracking with your iPhone, just like how you can with AirTags, so that's helpful as well if you want to find it when it's lost. And last but not least, another favorite feature of mine, these will work with Magsafe as well as Apple Watch chargers now, which is kind of cool. I like that dual compatibility. So in terms of portability and function combination, hands down, the AirPods Pro 2 is the winner, no doubt about that. Next, I want to talk about the actual fit of these headphones. Now look, if you have the genetically superior Apple compatible ear holes, then the AirPods, the regular AirPods, the AirPods 3rd gen, will work just fine, right? And they don't have any silicone tips on the end, and they just kind of just go in your ear. But also keep in mind, these may not give you as secure as a fit. These might feel a little bit loose if you shake your head around versus actual headphones that go inside your ear. If these don't work with your ears, then your next best bet is to go to the Pros, because the Pros come with multiple different silicone tips. However, keep in mind, these are going to be more invasive because you gotta like push it into your earwax, into your ear. Now, the good thing about the AirPods Pro is usually with headphones that you have to stuff inside your ear, it starts to feel very cloggy. But with the AirPods Pro having transparency mode, this headphone does not give you that clogged up feeling at all. It feels like, you don't really have anything there. And last but not least, with the AirPods Max, these tend to be a little more comfortable usually. But what I did find with these is, even though they were comfortable initially, they did get a little bit heavy over time. And the other thing that I noticed was my ears started to get really warm on the inside because these cups would kind of just cover them up, and there wasn't that good of a circulation. But it is great for winter though. So overall, whether you go inside your ear, whether you go on your ear canal, or you go on your ears, They all have their quirks, they all are subjective, so go with whatever your preference is there if you've tried all of them at some point in your life before. Next up, let's talk about software. Now, all of these headphones are going to come with the Apple chip, so they all support, Siri functions, they all support spatial audio, they all support the sensors to detect whether you have them on your ear or not. They're gonna support you switching between device to device, but only the AirPods Pros and the AirPods Max have active noise cancellation as well as transparency mode. If that's something you need, then you might not want to get regular AirPods, period. But look, the feature that I use pretty much the most with these headphones, like 98% of the time, is transparency mode. It is a game changer with these Apple headphones. It's what I have on all the time. And that's because a lot of times you're in office environments, or I'm surrounded by kids, or I just need to be cognizant of my surroundings. And that works really well with the AirPods Pro 1, AirPods Pro 2, as well as the AirPods Max. However, with the AirPods Pro 2, the newest one that just came out, with the H2 chip, the transparency mode is just on another level. They have something called adaptive transparency. Let's say you're heading outside and you're fed these ambient sounds that you're hearing outside, but let's say there's a loud or harsh sound. Then what it will do is it'll adapt that sound and bring it down a little bit, so you still hear the sirens, you still hear the dog barks, but except it's just not as loud to trigger like you're hearing warnings on your Apple Watch or something like that. Next up is controls. Now, because all of these headphones are different, the way you control them is different in some way or shape or form. As for the first gen AirPods Pro as well as the AirPods third gen, they both basically have the short stem here, and the way you control them is you pinch the stem. Now, the new AirPods Pro that just came out have an added trick. They have the same sort of stem here, right, where you can pinch to do all of those things that I talked about, but you can also swipe up or swipe down on the stem and it will trigger volume. It works really well, so great implementation there. As for the AirPods Max, we get traditional controls on here. So you get this little volume dial here where you can spin clockwise or counterclockwise to go up or down. You also have this other button here, which basically toggles transparency mode or active noise cancellation. Next up, and arguably one of the most important factors in picking up these headphones, is sound quality. Now look, I'm the audiophile, but I will tell you what it sounds like for an average person to just pick it up and throw it in your ears and use it as in average scenarios. Now, if I wanted to rank these from, best sounding to, least best sounding, this is how I would do it. I would first go the AirPods Pro first gen, then I would go the AirPods 3, the regular AirPods, then I would go AirPods Pro 2, and almost tied with that, I would go AirPods Max. I can't decide which one I like better. In terms of actual, like the sound blocking and sound quality, the AirPods Max sounds great, right? Like, no doubt about that. You're gonna get the best experience. But in terms of sound quality, not just sound experience, in terms of sound quality, the sound quality coming out of the new AirPods Pro 2 is like phenomenal. Like, there is a substantial difference between, the older AirPods Pros and the AirPods 3s and the new AirPods Pro 2. And that's because of the new tech we have in here. Along with the H2 chip, we also have a new driver and a new amplifier. So the bass sounds so much better. The lows and mids sound better, higher volume distortion is lesser, and overall they just sound much crispier, like they sound great. Next, I want to cover some miscellaneous differences and just some stuff that, just throw it off the top of my mind here about these headphones. All three of these headphones come with sweat and water resistance, whereas the AirPods Max does not. But also, I don't know if you'd want to wear these for working out because, like, as I mentioned, they are pretty heavy and they do get pretty warm around your ears. In terms of battery life, the AirPods Pro 2s have the least with about 29 or 30 hours versus both the AirPods, the regular third gen, as well as the AirPods Pro, will have about 36 hours of combined battery life, and I'm talking with the case as well as the actual headphones. As for the AirPods Max, you get about 20 hours of straight usage on the actual headphone. As for the mic test between all of these, here's a sample from all of them. I'm also in the process of putting up all sorts of different types of content on other social media. So if you're interested, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram at Hussain Tausif. I'm also over on Twitter doing some hot takes at Hussain Tausif. And last but not least, you can also find me over on TikTok at Hussain.Tausif.
Tausif.
Let me know what you guys actually prefer in the comment section down below, which one you guys think sounds clearer. Okay, and last but not least, let's talk about pricing. So the cheapest one is going to be your regular AirPods 3rd gen, coming in at about 170 bucks. Next up on that price point is going to be your 1st gen AirPods Pro, so 3-year-old ones. These ones you cannot find on Apple's website anymore. They've taken them off and replaced them with the brand new AirPods Pro 2, but you can still find these on like Amazon and elsewhere for about 190 bucks. Next up, you have the new AirPods Pro 2 coming in at about 250 bucks. So a little decent of a price jump between the last ones that we just talked about and that one. And you have the AirPods Max coming in at about 549 bucks. Yeah, that's kind of steep. So personally, from my anecdotal experience of using all of these, tried using all of these for several years now, and having owned the AirPods Max and all of these AirPods Pros and AirPods and everything, my most go-to used pair of headphones have always been the AirPods Pro. Now, obviously, I'm gonna switch that over to the AirPods Pro 2, but look, at the end of the day, I just like the fit and finish. I like the transparency mode. I like having active noise cancellation at the flip of a button or like a touch of a button, but also I like the fact that I can just throw these in my pocket. I pretty much always have these on me. Not only that, these are also sweat and water resistant. As for between the AirPods Pro 1 and AirPods Pro 2, to be quite honest, in 2022, I don't think I can any longer recommend getting the AirPods 1. These things are just too outdated now. I'd much rather pay the extra 50 to 60 bucks and just get the AirPods Pro 2. They just have so much more to offer, and they have handled a lot of the issues that we've had with previous generation AirPods. So my thing would be, don't get the regular AirPods Pro 1. Let's just toss that out completely. If you don't care about active noise cancellation and all that stuff, get the regular AirPods 3. If you want the best sound quality and a big pair of headphones that kind of just sit on you, that look nice and give you the best experience, then sure, go for the AirPods Max. But even between the AirPods Max and the AirPods Pro 2, I would recommend much better bang for buck. You're getting pretty much like most of what you're getting with this for a lot cheaper, for like half the price almost. So this would be my pick, and the crown, the winner of 2022 and probably going into the next year as well, would be the AirPods Pro 2, and that's what I would recommend. In any case, if you had any specific questions about any of these things, you want to talk to me about it, let me know in the comment section down below. I hope this video was beneficial and helpful to you guys. Appreciate you guys. Like this video, sub to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, stay blessed, peace.